This video is going to be talking about consumer math problems, basically anything that deals with money. So understanding the question for any word problem is the most important part, especially when we're dealing with these types of problems. We need to make sure we know what they're looking for. Each of these example problems is going to be looking for two things. The part that we're looking for, either the tax, the tip, the discount markup, or the sale price, the final price, the total bill, the bill including whatever we're talking about, the tax, the tip, discount, or markup. Okay, so first we need to talk about what each of these things is. Hopefully you've actually thought about these things before and seen these things before. If you haven't, we're going to define them first and then figure out how to use them in example problems. Alright, so our first word is tax. A tax is basically money that a government is saying that retailers need to pay for selling their products in their country. Whether it has to do with how they were transported into the country, what country they got them from, what the product actually is. It varies for different countries and different products. But really, for our purposes, the only thing that we're concerned about is that the money is added to our original price to find the sale price. All right. So to go from our original price, basically just when we added up all the products, we found an original price. And then we have tax on top of that that's added into that to find our sale price. Okay, so here we need to find both of those two things, the tax and the sale price. The original price of a football is $24.50. The tax rate is 6%. Find the tax and the sale price. So our tax is going to be compared to the original price, and our tax percent is going to be compared to 100%. So again, we're given a percent. We're always going to put that one over 100. And on the other side, it really just has to line up with that. This is talking about the tax percent, or the tax rate. This should be talking about the actual tax itself, the amount that we're going to be charged. This is the original price, this is the total of 100%. Those two also need to line up. We're finding some part of this 100, we're finding some tax out of this total price. Okay, so this is exactly how we're going to set it up. The original price is this $24.50, and the tax rate or percent is 6%. We cross multiply 6 times 24.5, and then we divide by 100, and our tax is $1.47. You always want to make sure that makes sense. If you got like $147, or if you get anything over that in general, that's just not going to be really reasonable for a tax or a tip or a discount especially. So here we're just finding the tax. Really, we're going to need to read the question carefully. This is laid out very straightforward. Find the tax, find the sale price. It's going to be a little bit more concealed in a word problem, so you really need to figure out whether you're looking for the tax, just this number by itself, or whether you have to then add it, or in the discounts case, subtract it from this original price. So here we're going to add, because it's a tax, it's added onto the original price. We add $24.50 plus $1.47, and we get $25.97. A tip is very similar, except we're really just talking about in the service industry when you give a person a little bit of extra money for doing a very good job. So again, this is money that's going to be added onto our original price to find the final price, or the total bill. Especially when we're talking about at a restaurant, you have a certain amount of bill that you're paying for just the meal, and then you have an additional amount that you're going to need to tip for the service. Okay, so here our bill for dinner was $18.80, and you tip an additional 15% of the bill. Find the tip and total bill. So again, our proportion is going to be very similar. The tip percent is going to be over 100. That's compared to the tip out of the original price. So the original price here is that $18.80. We put that on the bottom, lined up with this 100%. Those are both totals. This and this are both talking about the tip. So the tip is $2.82, and that gives us a final bill of $21.62. We add those two together. This is how much we need to pay for the food. This is how much we tip for the service. That's our total bill. A markup is something that retailers do to actually profit. They're going to buy, in this case, Foot Locker is buying Jordans for $160. They can't sell them for $160 too, because then they're not making any money. They need to mark up those products and make some money off of that. So here they're going to mark them up 20% to set their sale price. This is again going to be money that's added to the original price to find the sale price. They're buying them for an original price of $160. They want to sell them for 20% more so that they make some profit. We're going to try to find the markup and the sale price. Our proportion is very similar. Again, we're given a percent. We're going to put that part over 100. The markup percent over 100. And that's going to help us find the markup compared to the price for Foot Locker. That's the $160. So we're going to try to find the markup that matches up with this 20% out of the total, which is the price for Foot Locker. We find out that that is $32. So they're planning on marking it up $32. That's added onto this $160. That's going to tell us the sale price. They're actually going to end up selling them for $192. So they make $32 of profit. A discount is going to be subtracted from our original price. You're saving money here. If you have a coupon or some percent off or some discount amount, that means you're saving that amount of money. You're going to take that away from the original price to find the sale price. You have a 30% off coupon for a bag of dog food that originally cost $30. So we're going to be saving some money out of this $30. It should cost less than that by the time we get to the sale price. We're going to find the discount and we're going to find the sale price. All right, so our discount percent is always going to go over 100. That's 30 out of 100. That's compared to some discount amount out of this total of $30. So we don't know the discount amount yet, but we know the discount percent. That's going to go over 100 on the right side. On the left, the bottom number is the original percent. We're trying to figure out how much of that total we're getting discounted. So we figure out that that's $9. We cross multiply 30 times 30 and then divide by 100. We get $9 as our discount. That's how much we're saving. We're going to take that away from the $30 that it originally cost. That leaves us with a sale price of $21. A commission is something that a salesman might make for actually making a sale. So a realtor, a car salesman, they make some percentage of their total sale as their earnings. So money that's earned for making a sale, this is not added or subtracted from the total sale. This is just a separate amount of money that's earned by the salesman. A realtor makes 5% commission for every house she sells. She's about to sell a house for $300,000. Find the commission. So this is how much she's going to make. We're going to set this proportion up the same way. The commission percent over 100. That lines up with the commission. We don't know that number yet, but we know the sale price. That is $300,000. So we're comparing straight across. We're trying to find out what the 5% is compared to this $300,000. We cross multiply and divide by 100, and you get that $15,000 is what she's making. Interest has a special equation. You can actually also set this up with a proportion, but this is only if it's 1 year. So we could set this problem up with a proportion. Here I'm going to show you that actually there is a different equation that we can use, and that's over the course of many years. This is money that is owed. The interest is money that's owed in addition to a loan amount. So you're taking out a certain amount of money, and then you're charging them basically for using your money over an amount of time. So actually when you put money in the bank is basically taking a loan from you, and they're paying you back a small amount for using your money. If you take a loan out from the bank, then you're going to pay them an interest rate, and you're going to pay money on top of what you actually took from them. So there's a principal loan amount. That's what we see here. We take out a business loan from the bank to start a company, and the principal loan amount is $50,000 with an interest rate of 3%. We want to find the interest and the loan amount. So we want to find out how much we actually have to pay back, including this interest. So this is the equation that we're going to need to use. I equals PRT. Now, this T means time. Here, we're just going to assume that it's 1 year. So we really just need to talk about these two other letters. I is the interest. That's the number we're looking for right away. P is the principal amount. We're going to put this $50,000 right in place of P. And this R, that rate, needs to be changed into a decimal before it can go into this equation. We need to multiply those two, but we can't multiply a percent times a decimal. We need to multiply a decimal times a decimal. That needs to be changed into a decimal before we plug it in for a rate. So this is how we're going to set up our equation. Again, 1 is the time. That's really the number of years. Here we're just assuming that's 1. So we're just going to multiply these two. The interest is $1,500. That means we're going to need to pay back the $50,000 plus an extra $1,500. That's a total of $51,500. All right, this table is just looking to distinguish between the original price and the sale price. Basically the price we start out with and the final total price after all of the tax, tip, discount, markups are included. So this is including all of those things. This is before any of those things are applied. So when we're looking for the original price, here this is I'm talking about the original price of an airplane ticket that's to Texas, and that's $432. You received a $27 discount through your job. What is the percent of your discount? So we don't know the percent yet. We don't know the percent of discount. We're always going to put that percent over 100. So this is the part that we don't know yet. So we're going to put that percent over 100. That's the part we don't quite know. I just gave away the answer. That's the part we don't quite know. That's going to go over 100. We know that the discount amount is $27, and that's out of a total of $432. So this is how we're using the original price. That's the 100%. We cross multiply and divide by 432, and we find out that it's a 6.25% discount. On the next one, we're talking about the original price is still $432. Now we're told that the sale price is $378. What's the percent of your discount? So now we actually need to find the discount amount. We don't know how much that is, but we can subtract these two and figure out how much that was. So we're going to subtract 432 minus 378. That's how much we saved. We saved $54. We found the discount amount. We have the original price. So now we can find the discount percent using this 100. So we're going to set it up as x over 100. We don't know the percent yet, but we know that that's going to go over 100. The 432 is the number we're using because that's the original price. We're saving some amount of money, some discount from this original price, not from the sale price. That's how we got down to the sale price. This is 100%. We're saving this amount out of that, and we find out that that is 12.5%. So it's important that we understand what we're looking for and what we're using, whether we're using the sale price, the final price, or whether we need to use the original price. The 4 questions at the bottom, just looking for you to circle what the question's actually asking for. So just read the question and figure out, is it asking for the part, is it asking for the tax, the tip, the commission, or is it looking for the total? Do we want to add them together and find the final bill? Try those 4 on your own.